Are you ready for your next pinball machine? Call Flippin' Out now and choose from the newest and hottest pinball machines from Jersey Jack Pinball, Stern Pinball, Chicago Gaming Company, and American Pinball. Flippin' Out also offers the Escalera stair climbing hand truck. Visit now at flippinoutpinball.com. The wait is over. A revolution in LED lighting for your pinball is finally here. Fully customizable, full spectrum lighting from Pin Stadium Lights. Order yours now at pinstadium.com. Check out Pin Graphics for the latest and greatest in pinball enhancements. Power blades, blade skins, pin blades, and even more. Visit pingraphics.com now to see what's available for your pinball machine.
All right, let's kick this shit.
Hey Greg.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
My spidey sense is going off right now. Have you showered in a while?
No. It's venomous.
If you were a Spider-Man character, which one would you be? Peter Parker?
No.
Mary Jane?
No.
I don't know who I'd be. I'd be the boss at the
J.
the
Jonah.
Herald. Yeah.
Is it J. Jonah Jameson?
What?
What's his name?
J.K. Simmons?
No. The character's name.
Oh, I have no clue. The boss.
Yeah.
That's who I'd be. Spider-Man. Peter.
Crazy.
You would be Goblin.
Hobgoblin? Green Goblin?
You gobble a lot.
I kind of like the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
I like the Hobgoblin too. But okay, so here we go. Like this, look at him. Just
your dad East is
devastated.
flashing back there, blinding people.
That's humming too.
What are we doing?
We're reviewing Spider-Man, but not any Spider-Man. That's the shocker.
No, it's not.
But we're reviewing Spider-Man Vault Edition.
Why don't you have a third hole? Well,
never know.
Okay, it would work, but okay.
Back on track.
Sorry,
we are reviewing
edit all that
the
out.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
the Vault Edition.
Okay, one of my favorite pens. God, this pen.
Stop ruining it for people.
I was just hoping we'd never review this.
Why?
You'll see.
Yeah. I've got some problems with this.
You own a Spider-Man Vault.
I own a Spider-Man Vault.
Who sold it to you?
Zach did. To make up for that
great
Star
price,
Trek
right?
a long time ago.
Great price.
It was a good price. So I bought almost all
great
my pens.
Quality.
I bought almost all my pens except for.
Tell the people why you buy from me. Go ahead, tell them. Why do you buy from me?
Because you're close.
Tell them the truth, asshole.
I don't know. I trust you.
Oh, trust is a big thing.
It's better than driving 2 or 3 hours to look at a pen that's a piece of shit that somebody says is home use only, looks fantastic, nothing wrong with it, and half the damn cabinet's planking, and there's everything else going on.
I don't want you buying crap. So
so
you get a good price on this Vault.
I agree.
It was very low plays.
It was, and that's why I went with it, and then I immediately regretted it.
We'll find out why, won't we?
We'll find out why.
But first, we're going to go to the overview and the gameplay of Spider-Man Vault by Greg Bone here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't want to do it.
Here we are with Stern Spider-Man Vault Edition. Start over here to the left with our Green Goblin modes. It's a series of 5 stand-up targets. Hit those stand-up targets to complete Green with Envy, Firefighting, Spidey Falls from MJ. Then directly to the right of that is your Orbit with Spinner, responsible for your extra ball and ball lock. That orbit comes all the way around like a traditional orbit, or it is stopped by a pop-up post, which will divert the ball into a scoop behind Sandman, which then returns via this VUC that goes into the pop bumpers. Pretty hard hit, too. Directly to the right of that is another stand-up target, which is responsible for your light ball lock. Then to the right of that is your third flipper shot. That third, whoa!
Oh, you killed me with that one.
I hit a bumper, or a freaking button. That third flipper shot then goes up to Venom. Hits that rubber piece, falls back into the ball gate, rolls over to the left wire form, and returns to your left flipper. Your Venom shots are Goo on You, Symbiote Stalker, and Ventum Strikes Twice. Directly to the right of that is your left ramp. The left ramp can also be used to help complete your Venom modes. Comes up, does a 180-degree bend fairly tight right behind Venom, into the wire form, and returns to your left flipper. Directly to the right of that is your Sandman shot, straight up the middle. Very much like Attack from Mars. Hits your 3-bank stand-up. That bank drops down. You now have access to the inside of Sandman. You got 2 targets on the left and the right there. Hit those, or the center. Sandman will rise up. You now have access to the scoop behind him. Shoot it into the scoop. And again, it will return through the VUC into the pop bumpers, completing your Sandman mode. Your Sandman modes are as follows. Out of the Slammer, Time is Money, and Concrete Ending. To the right of that is your right ramp. Another 180-degree bend. Not quite as tight as your left ramp. Around to the wire form and back to your right flipper. Then you have your 3 rollovers, which spell web in the back. Pop bumpers. Then your Doc Ock shot. This is one of my favorite shots of the game. Your Doc Ock modes are responsible for multi-balls. You'll hit it in the scoop underneath Doc Ock. Once you hit that so many times, Doc Ock will lower. Then you will use that blue pad as like a bash toy. You hit it, falls into the magnet grabs the ball, and it starts your multi-ball for your Doc Ock modes. Your Doc Ock modes are as follow. Lend Me a Hand. Oscorp Outing. Kind of a tongue twister. And then Battle on the Bridge. Once you hit that scoop, Doc Ock has another one of those just like Sandman, a little half loop VUC there that shoots out, but this time it returns into a wire form instead of your pop bumpers. To the right of that is your right orbit. Again, responsible for another ball lock. Goes around. If you don't hit it hard enough, you're going to end up in your rollovers. Or if you're in ball lock, you're going to hit that post diverter again and divert into behind Sandman for your ball lock. Down here to our third flipper. Raise that third flipper up. You got your Spidey Sense shot behind it. Comes down. Rolls into your right in lane. Then besides all of your villain shots, you have some other modes. You have Tell MJ, Jack-O-Lantern, Daily Bugle, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Electro. Along with those, you have Battle Royale here. Battle Royale is like a mini wizard mode. If you complete 2 of your Green Goblins, 2 of your Venoms, 2 of your Sandmans, 2 of your Doc Ocks, you will start Battle Royale. For big points, it's another multi-ball mode. Your other modes, Tell MJ, Jack-O-Lantern, that is started by hitting your white Spidey shots. So any of the white Spidey shots, there can be 4, there can be 5 that are lit, depending on of what your skill shot consists of. Once you hit all those white shots, your white shots will all start blinking again. If you directly hit one of the orbits, you will automatically start that mode. If not, then you just hit, let's say left ramp, then you will have to still hit one of the orbits after that to be able to start that mode. And that's how you start your regular modes. Once you've completed all your villains and you've completed all your modes, you go into the wizard mode of superhero. And that, my friends, is Spider-Man.
Rolling right back into it, Mr. Bone.
It's a neat looking game.
It is. I like the overview.
Nice layout.
You did a good job with that.
Thank you.
I even like the lighting that you did via Comet Pinball.
Yeah, super subtle. Like I'd made a video on YouTube or on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
But man, like one of the problems that I had with this pin when I got it are the flashers. The flashers are pointed at you, and Stern has an 8 SMD flasher pointed directly at your face. Not up, not anywhere.
It's on the side of that web, right?
Directly at your face. There's the two in the back, and then there's one on the worst one was the Doc Ock one. It's in your face. So I ended up taking some of the bendable flashers, and it was still... I can't remember.
Like a 4 SMD or something?
No, hell, it's more than that, I think.
Oh, was it?
It's like a 6 or 8 maybe on there.
But you pointed it.
But I pointed it down, so now it disperses off the playfield,
that
which
looks
actually was 10 times better looking because you still retain that brightness, but it's not pointing at your face, and it scatters across the plastics in the playfield, so it gives an effect very much more similar to the regular Spider-Man on there. But yeah, I liked it, and the spotlights too on the characters weren't very bright.
You upped those.
Sorry, so I upped those to be able to showcase those characters because that is one thing the Vault has going. Well, we'll talk about when we get into this other stuff.
Comet Pinball.
But yeah, it's very great. I love Comet.
So let's start with art. Now the Vault took an upgrade in the art department, in my opinion.
Yes,
from
very much so.
The traditional mid-2000s Stern version.
Very much so.
Of,
this is loosely based
Spider-Man.
off of Ultimate Spider-Man, which came out in the early 2000s, maybe 2001 maybe, or so.
Comic book series.
Yeah, comic book series. They sort of retooled Spider-Man, gave him more of a coming of age thing. You know, art was different. Like I said, it incorporated a more modern Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was retelling.
It's not Photoshop.
No. And it was a retelling of the story. Fantastic art, man. If you've never read the Ultimate Spider-Man
So much
series.
so that you're an A+ on the art.
Yeah. It's beautiful. The cabinet, the side of the cabinet, the head is gorgeous. The playfield is pretty nice. I mean,
I think it's pretty.
It held true to
I
everything.
like the Spider-Man, the black and the red one down at the bottom.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I'm in an A-. Not the.
No,
it's A material. It's
still
beautiful.
great. Yeah,
it's beautiful. Not one of my favorite art packages. I think the back glass is kind of where it throws me a bit. It looks like a page out of a comic book rather than presenting a pinball machine.
I agree. As beautiful as it is, something does kind of throw me off
It's
about
an
that
action
back glass
shot.
a little bit. Yeah.
So, with that being said, A-. It's a gorgeous pin.
But
When
that
you see
cabinet is one of the most beautiful you'll ever see.
and if we're talking enhancements, art-wise, they have the die-cut web slinger.
Yes,
down the
which is fantastic looking.
yeah,
That's
the
one of the
trim.
things that sold me on that.
it really
And I told Zach, and I think he disagreed with me, but I thought that the colors, I thought the vibrancy of Iron Maiden's cabinet, I loved that side on that Pro tremendously.
Yeah, it's a good looking
But I've got
cabinet.
it next to an Iron Maiden. I actually think this Spider-Man cabinet is more beautiful than that Iron Maiden.
Didn't see that one
It
coming.
is gorgeous in person.
It's hard to compare the two because one theme we really enjoy, one thing we don't.
Yeah, but I still I can separate it.
I can't.
I can't.
It's hard for
I
me.
just, it's freaking beautiful. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, very, very nice art package.
So you're an A+, I'm in an A-. There's nothing wrong with the art on Spider-Man.
No!
Vault. Let's talk about the shots and layout. Now, we know this is a Steve Ritchie.
Yes.
A lot of people's favorite Steve Ritchie.
Yes,
A
tremendous
little
amount of
different
love.
of a Steve Ritchie because it is a third flipper, which he did on Star Trek, but the ball stops more than it does a typical Steve Ritchie.
It does.
It really does. You got drop gates that stops behind. You got a magnet and dock off that stops behind.
Yeah.
You have the side ramp and Venom that it really kind of stops before it trickles into.
Yeah, but it's
stops. Kind of stops.
It does almost stop, but it's such a brief just to line up the shot.
It's not the flow that we're used to with Steve Ritchie.
No, but it is.
That'd be my argument.
This is the thing that I think about it is I agree with those. I agree with those. There is more stop than any other Ritchie game probably, but the flow is there. It's tremendous. I mean, when you combo, when we get into to the code, I'll explain this a little more about it. But when you start comboing this game, it feels phenomenal, and it does
better than Star Trek though.
Yeah, actually, yes, and I will tell you why. I'll tell you why when we get to the coding and why that it feels better, and I think that you're going to be hard pressed to not agree, but
I won't agree.
I think it's phenomenal. The thing that gets me though is like Star Trek, it's not the smoothest in ramps and stuff. Do you agree? Like they're not Gomez-y, but they're almost like they
just up and back.
Yeah, it kind of hits a little hard. It's not. It's not
They're
super
narrow too.
It's not a super
Ramps
smooth.
are narrow.
Yeah. It's not a super smooth
Well, it's loaded. It's filled up.
Yeah,
it's hard to make smooth when you.
But it
filled
shoots so phenomenal. Like I said, when we get
up.
to this,
Does it?
Yeah.
What's your favorite and least favorite shots on this game? And I'll tell you mine.
Favorite shot, probably Venom shot.
Oh,
obviously.
That is a feel-good shot.
It is a very feel-good shot. You get a nice little light show with it and stuff.
Yeah.
But it feels good. It's neat the way that return is, I think. Even though it's straight, but the way it drops down and goes, I think it's phenomenal.
Least favorite shot?
Least favorite shot.
Like under the flipper kind of thing?
You know what? Honestly, I'll tell you this is the weirdest thing. Least favorite shot is maybe the orbits.
Ooh.
And they're smooth.
Really?
But the reason I don't like the orbits is they're actually kind of tough to hit.
They are tough. That's Steve Ritchie.
Yeah.
Steve Ritchie orbits.
And so that's probably my least favorite shot in the game, honestly.
My favorite shot is the diverter shot around the back.
Like where it goes into
the back. Yeah, and it goes around like the little spot back there. Is it locking
behind?
balls?
Yeah, it goes behind. Well,
really like that.
to lock your ball back there. It goes into the Sandman, behind Sandman.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
My least favorite is when and this kills it for me on shots and layouts, you're at an A. So perfect report card so far from you. A+ with an A. I'm going to B+. I hate. I think the ramps are kind of clunky. They don't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Not clunky because they're plastic,
but they're kind of Gomez-y.
They're just not smooth.
No.
As smooth as I like. But I hate the shot that comes out of Sandman into the drops or into the pops. It just like throws the ball down there.
Yeah.
Ugh. Makes me. It's like the slam ramp on No Good Gophers when I'm like, oh, my playfield.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always
playfield. That is a coil vuck. Bam, straight into a
it's
playfield.
Hard. It's really hard. Which is something that they upgraded on this one because on the regular Spider-Man, it's a piece of plastic. This one is a metal.
Still
arch.
doesn't feel good.
But I think it's neat. No, it doesn't feel good because it does hit hard and you're kind of cringy. But it's neat because you don't see it. And they do that out of Doc Ock too, but Doc Ock goes into a wire form.
Thank God.
So yeah, so it's not bad, but
I don't like it as much. I'm going to B+. It's a good shooting game.
It does shoot.
That's also it's a good shooting game, not my phone.
Poison innovation.
Rules and code.
Okay.
Rules and code. Oh my!
What are you at?
Look at you.
What are you at? B-?
I'm at a B-.
B-. That's freaking lame. Let me tell you.
You're an A.
I'm in an A. I think it's
perfect
good.
report card.
And
so far.
Do you know what got me with this? Okay,
I don't because I'm at a B-. It makes no sense to me.
So you have your villains that you're shooting.
You shoot 100 times.
Yeah, you do.
Started.
So it's sort of chop. No, you shoot them like 3 times, and so it's kind of choppy, sort of like your. What you do with Metallica.
Old Lyman Sheets here.
Yeah. And then progressively, because each of them have 3 phases. There's 3 modes per character. And each of those, then you got to up it more and more.
Metallica.
And Venom, the tough thing about Venom is that you got your Venom shot, that's the left ramp, and then you've got your third flipper shot that's Venom. Well, then on your last Venom, you can only complete it by shooting off of the third flipper, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that, but I'm like with 90% certainty. So that adds a little bit of toughness. But that's not why that I like it, because I do enjoy that. It doesn't bother me. If
You're
that was listen to me. Yes, it does get a little better. So if that was the only thing that I had to do,
yes,
I would think that it was kind of shit.
But
you've also got your sub modes.
Yes,
with Amazing Spider-Man, Tell MJ, all this. So the way that you access those, now this is why I think the combos feel so freaking amazing in this pin, is because all your shots are lit. Well, actually, some of them will go out depending on, I guess, what rollover, almost like your skill shot.
Okay.
You'll eliminate, like, I don't know certainly, 1 or 2 of your flashing white shots. And it's random which one. It might not be random either. Don't listen to me on that. But so now you've got to shoot all those white shots. Once you shoot all the white Spider-Man shots, all the white Spider-Man shots will start flashing, and then you hit one of those.
Yeah.
Then you've got to hit the orbits. So that's how you're hitting, like,
Reminds me of Lost World.
yeah, 4 or 5 shots in the game. Then all in flash, you just hit one other shot. Then you've got to hit the orbits to start that mode. That is, it can be difficult as hell.
Can you stack? You can stack stuff too on this.
You
game.
can stack, yes. You can go. You can have your during those modes and everything. You can get into your villains, and I think the same thing with multi-balls. But you can't start. You can't
Multiple
start into a
modes at the
mode
same
and stuff
time.
during a multi-ball.
Yeah, that's pretty traditional.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
but that's what I was talking about the combos, though, because when you have all those white shots lit and you combo and you knock all those shots out with just on the fly combos, then it feels good because you're not stopping. Okay, I got to hit that white shot. Now I got to hit that white shot. It feels good.
What's that sub mode? Electrolysis Man, where he's
Electro, and it's all pops. So that's the thing too.
zapping the stray hairs on
Yeah,
people.
bzz, 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 it's switch
That's
hits.
cool,
You
that's
got to get
cool.
100 switch hits on Electro.
What about Tell MJ? How
Tell
great of
MJ,
a mode is that?
and we'll get in this. Tell MJ, it's okay, but there's problems with it. But the modes are different. They're all unique. You take even your villains like with Green Goblin. You're shooting the stand ups on the side with that.
Second Green Goblin mode. What are you doing?
You're hitting it, but that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for all those other modes within the outside of the villains,
a lot to do.
there is a lot to do. It's a neat code.
You know
It
why
is
I'm
a
at a
neat code.
B minus? Because it's boring.
No.
not fun
And
at all.
listen. So then you go
Code
into almost
sucks.
a mini wizard.
Boring.
When you have completed the number 2 round of all your villains, then you go into Battle Royale, which is a multi-ball, and all your villains are worth
And
a
at
ton
that
of points.
point, you've probably played 45 minutes,
It's
and you're
long
still
ball
not
times.
having fun.
It is long ball times, but it is fun.
If you're going
It
to play
feels
long
good.
like that, play Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. They're actually satisfying. It
No,
feels good.
because this has some speed to it. It's not the stop and go of those games. Like this,
Lord of the Rings pretty fast, just not smooth.
Yeah. Code is who coded this? Was it Lyman?
Lyman?
Yeah. See, it's
This is Steve Ritchie and
Lyman.
Lyman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. It is good.
I don't doubt that it's good, but it's a B minus for me just because it's boring as hell. It's so boring.
I don't think
Spider-Man.
it's boring.
Yeah, it is. All right, toys and innovation.
Toys are freaking cool.
Okay.
Now you ask why. I know you are. You ask why.
I give it an A minus.
Oh,
There's toys in there.
well, nice.
There's a lift ramp or a lift gate. I like that. There's magnets.
Yeah.
There's odd vucks that do weird things.
I like the odd vucks,
You know.
especially with because I think
You're an odd vucker yourself.
the Sandman. Well, fuck you too. The Sandman thing is a little off, but I do like the Doc Ock because it reminds me of like one of his tentacles or something really weird,
Yeah.
like him rising up on them, the ball
and
shooting
he
up
moves.
and going
He's
over.
on a motor.
Yeah, so I like
Sandman
that
on
weird
some
fuck.
type of motor or
Yeah,
something?
Sandman goes up and down. He goes
Yeah.
up too and stuff because actually,
okay
like
with that.
once that drop bank in the front drops down, then Sandman has to be able to go up to allow you to go into the back.
Okay.
So you're bashing the targets. The targets go down. You're bashing. There's 3 targets back there for Sandman. You're bashing in those. Then Sandman comes up and you go into a hole.
That's right. I
In the
do
back.
Like that.
Yeah.
So I like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Diverters. It's full of mechs.
Oh,
I
it's
like
full
that.
of all kinds of mechs. Mechs
So
you
when
don't
I'm
see
at an A
anywhere
minus,
else.
you continue your perfect report card on Spider-Man Vault by ranking it an A.
Yes.
This thing's loaded.
Fantastic.
It's loaded compared to some of the Stern stuff.
It
we're getting
is.
at.
It's super loaded.
And it feels well built. The
The
vault,
vault feels very well built.
It does feel really well
agree.
built.
I agree.
They did have some problems. If you're going out there, a little tip: if you're going to buy a second-hand Spider-Man vault, you want to watch out, or even maybe the originals. I think the vault mostly.
No,
but
the originals did too.
a lot of ghosting inserts on there.
Yes.
Now, if that's a big issue, some people it's not a big of an issue.
Yeah.
But if that's a big issue, if you're wanting to get the price down a little bit and they didn't list ghosted inserts and that's not a big issue, use that as an opportunity to get that price lower.
But I think the
down.
later runs, like mine, is basically brand new, and there's
Couple
nothing
months
on
old,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
there's nothing on it at all.
But that's a good
it,
tip
but-
for people.
Oh, very much so. To
And
watch out
on
for.
the originals, look out for the magnet on Doc Ock.
Yes.
Very much like Metallica with that single magnet without the protector. You're going to get a lot of playfield wear,
Because
so you're going to want to look at that.
Yes, because the vault, it upgraded to the magnets like on The Walking Dead, like in front of
They
Well
fixed
Walker.
a lot of the mechs.
Yes,
A lot more consistent, a lot more protectors on ramps, metal stuff.
which is what a vault should should be.
That's
It,
right.
it
That
fixed
is truly
was
what a
wrong.
vault should
It
be.
truly was a vault. I
Upgrading
100%
art,
agree.
upgrading dots, upgrading... I almost said call-outs. Let's get to that, Greg. Music and call-outs. Are we going to continue your straight A report card
I
here?
gotta get a drink
Nah, go ahead, because, oh, boy. I thought I was bad. Okay. I'm a little lower than you, but what are you at?
I am at a C.
Ouch, man.
Maybe should have been a C minus.
Oh, that's where I'm at. A C minus. This thing better be lucky it didn't give it a D.
And I'm gonna tell you,
They suck.
like we've talked before about like J.K. Simmons or whatever, his call outs in the first one.
I hope that's his name. We've
I
used
hope
that
it is
reference
too.
a lot.
I hope it is too. Somehow correct us.
And we'll correct ourselves.
Those call outs were fantastic. They were great.
Yeah.
These call outs sound like they are done by one voice actor trying to cover multiple things, and it's just way too happy. It's like Green Goblin goes to town. Like literally, that's what it's like. There is no like Green Goblin or you're battling Venom. It's like Venom,
Venom!
Venom.
You should hear his tongue, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like that's what kills it.
Because
So
the
it's-
lighting is there.
Yes.
The lighting gets you amped up. And
Yes.
it's like, hey, it's your
Yeah.
friend, Venom.
Hello, Venom. And it's so like even it tries to do the Steve Rich like play better, but he goes play better,
Play better. Play better.
and it's like you literally like that pisses me off so bad. And they're so
It's really bad.
It is, and they're sparse, and the music is sparse. Like there's one, I can't remember what you go into that actually has like some metal, or not some metal, but just some rock. It's got some guitar,
Like
like electric
Goblin or
guitar going,
something, or Venom.
and actually that's decent, but it's kind of muted and it's kind of
Oh, really?
underlining.
Yeah.
And the callouts are still just so lame on everything.
One of our good friends, Chris, he goes by K-Man.
Uh-huh.
He said that was the single reason he got rid of that pin was the call-outs. Is this pin staying in your collection? Tell the people a little bit. And why?
No.
Tell them why.
No, and it's solely because of the call outs.
Oh, my
that sounds so
two
ridiculous.
people.
Yes, and yes, and that's what I was
It
so
sounds silly.
It
And
does.
when we've heard that before, like, I sold it just because of the way it sounds, we thought, really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can look past that.
Yes.
But you couldn't look
No,
past this.
no. It's like, like okay, I've talked about The Walking Dead. Like, it's kind of the reason it left was because the art. I just, it was whatever. I love
Yeah.
the game, but whatever. And there's been some other games like that with art,
Yeah.
but never.
Not this strong.
I've owned Johnny Mnemonic. I can get over that. I like it. X-Men. I can get over X-Men. People hate X-Men calls. I'm telling you, this pin is. You combine
The
those pins
worst
together,
call-outs.
multiply them. It's awful because it literally because it doesn't amp you up. There's nothing exciting about
Maybe
it.
that's why I think it spins boring.
It is like the call outs is what kills it because
No, it's a lot of reasons.
no it's the call it's you know what it's this is what it's akin to is playing the pin with no sound on.
Oof,
Turn
man.
the sound off, and that's what this
Couldn't
pin is
Pinball
basically
Browser
playing.
fix this though? I bet it
I
could.
think so. And that's what some people said is like if you check for alternate ROMs and everything else, and our upgrades, not ROMs
It's
necessarily. but-
tainted me. I can't.
yeah,
go back.
it's killed me so much. But if I had somebody,
You haven't owned it long either.
No, and I was stoked about it, dude. I was so
Well, yeah,
when-
you're all
when Zach
A's.
contacted me, he was like, you know what? I got a pin for you, and I was like, well,
I did give you a disclaimer. I said, look, here's the thing that most people hate.
yes,
If that big issue,
I called bullshit,
you did.
and I ate my words, and yeah, it didn't last long at all, and it's solely because again, it is the
What
most
about Tell
beautiful pin.
MJ? We'll do it. Let's do the rendition of Tell MJ. Go ahead.
So, tell MJ, you hit a shot. No.
Yes.
Yeah, another shot. Yes.
No.
Another shot. Yes.
No.
And that's what it is.
It's
It is
bad.
this Here, listen. Horrible.
That's bad.
Horrible. All the calls are
Play
just
him,
awful.
play him another bad call out. Ready? Yeah.
What the hell's this kid got to be excited about? Like it's so, and that's what killed it. Was like the modes are they're kind of neat modes, and the way that Lyman coded them, they differentiate. I think that's awesome. But the sounds do not, as much as what Dwight did Star Wars with his
What
lighting.
about the
and stuff,
sounding
killed it.
effects? Besides the call outs,
No,
the music, the
they're
sound
not
effects?
even great. Nothing. Electro is cool because, like you said, like bzz, it was like a razor. Bzz,
Yeah.
bzz.
Yeah,
but
that's
that's cool on all the when you're hitting all those switches.
So this kind of stuff reminds me of why I don't like Deadpool call-outs. It feels very akin to that.
It does.
For me,
I will agree
for
with
me,
that.
This is worse.
I
I'll
agree 100%.
Worse.
Yeah, a lot
But
worse.
That's what didn't pull me in with Deadpool either.
Yeah, it's campy, but in an annoying. It's like
not good campy.
it's like, you know how when somebody in like a movie or
Bad
something makes
campy.
fun of like that chick at
You know what the call-outs are? The call-outs to me are those stupid Hallmark movies that my wife watches during Christmas.
no.
That's what these call-outs are. That I just want to be like, oh my god, I want to murder these people. Like it's just
it makes you
that
a murderer.
bad.
It's like that.
How
that,
can acting be that bad?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like
How?
I don't
Does
understand.
the director say, you're in film, does the director say, you know what, be the most annoying son of a bitch that you can be, and action?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, there is times because
Oh
there's
my
there's
God.
things that I have hated
I couldn't do it.
to be seen in or to be seen doing on camera because that's what the director said to do, and you have to go with it, even though that
Could you
know,
not be like, really?
No, because
What is wrong
if
with
you're
you?
not big, you don't have any creative input. You can try, you can like, give me a different take, and you do something different, but it's ultimately to the director. And there's been some.
That's
dumb,
what this reminds me
yeah.
of, the
I did an
call-outs.
eyeglass commercial one time for some sunglasses. First of all,
Ray-Bans?
no, listen, this is even awful. This is even more awful. So first of all,
Schmay-Bans.
this whole thing, and these people will never see this commercial, or they'll never. Well, I don't want people to Google it. So, but to say wardrobe was horrendous.
Yeah.
Then they put me in. Okay, so I'm like. I figured, okay, they'll put me in some like clear lenses, like some eyeglasses or something, or like you said, like maybe some Ray-Bans or something. No, you know what they put me in? The G Money 2s.
What is the G Money 2?
It's literally, and they're high dollar sunglasses. I'm talking about, you know,
They look horrible on you?
yes, because they were like remember the old school Oakleys, like the wraparounds?
Oh, yeah.
Like they were like, I look like the Lamar Burton from Star Trek is what I look like.
And you got a big head, too. so
Yeah,
it's
and I'm like, son of a bitch. So then another spot in the commercial, this girl I'm with my, who is perceivably my girlfriend or my wife, picking out sunglasses.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm pretty subtle about it. And the director's like, you know, look like you like what she's picking out. And, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah. And he's like, no, really show it. So he wants to be like... And I was so embarrassed and hated that so bad because the director, like, that's what he made me
Still
do,
paid.
was be so over the top and go,
Still paid.
yeah, it's still paid, so that was nice. But now I didn't want to show nobody my commercial.
That's the corn that we're dealing with in these
It
call-outs.
is very much that.
So you've ruined your perfect scoring system. Let's get back into theme. Spider-Man. Not only Spider-Man, but not the film.
Yeah.
The
Comic
comic
book.
book series of Spider-Man.
Yes,
Where you at?
A+.
A+. Okay, so we're still perfect.
Perfect.
We're backed into it minus that C. I'm in an A. Solid A. It's my highest score throughout these categories. The theme is awesome. Everybody
It is.
loves Spider-Man.
Yes.
Everybody loves that beautiful comic book artwork.
Yeah.
So I'm in an A. I'm cool. There's not many
Yeah.
other superheroes that I think are better than Spider-Man. He's fun.
I like Batman.
He's youthful. He's fun.
Yeah. For Marvel, he's my favorite Marvel.
Let's roll into enjoyability. So you're getting rid of this within a month.
Yeah.
You couldn't have enjoyed it that much, or did the callouts really kill it that much
The-
for you? Because everything else is an A.
Oh yeah.
Is this an A plus too?
No, I'm at a B plus on my
B,
enjoyment.
actually, you're at a B minus.
Oh, wrong.
You're
B minus. And so
B
here's what I
minus.
say: as great as all of the shots are, as great as all that is, the callouts definitely killed this pin for me. Obviously,
Wow.
enjoy
To a big degree, it bled into enjoyability.
Yes, enjoyability of the regular Spider-Man would be a little higher, but still
It's
at
like
that.
kids screaming. It's
Yeah.
like fingers on a chalkboard.
But again,
It's like a broken Lazy Susan door during the middle of filming by
it's
your
a little-
daughter.
Yeah, it's so terrible. Bring that up again.
Thing. All right.
Oh.
B minus.
But yeah, so on top of the callouts are the number one killer of this pin. But also it's a pin that just can't last terribly long unless you have a large collection because it's
and
like
a lot
you said,
of time to play.
Yeah, the long ball times will they'll drain you, and it's sort of I think someone who's very good at pinball is going to get very tired of this.
Unless they take out tournament mode, take out the out lanes, take out the. Is
Yeah.
there a center post in this damn thing?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes,
Take out
yes.
the center post.
But that's a lot, I think, because of Sandman maybe coming out there in case you got a cheap straight down the
Okay.
middle out of Sandman
Yeah.
with that center shot. But, you know,
B minus.
it's easy, but it's not easy because, again, you know, you run through those villains like nothing. That's not hard. Getting a battle royale is not hard. But, again, the so many shots to start a mode, that can be difficult.
Yes.
when you add into that. So then it becomes so easy to achieve so much, but then so difficult to achieve.
You been to superhero yet?
There,
the
no,
wizard mode?
no. And you know what? I've been close. I've been one mode off, but that's still not super close. Because it's still a lot to go
And I've
through.
heard it's not really that great of a
No,
wizard
it's probably not. So it just kind of gets old because of the long ball times,
Okay.
and that repetitiveness of it. So
You know where I'm at?
no, probably
I'm not
really
at a
low.
B. I'm a little lower than that. I'm not at a C. I'm at an effing D. A D in enjoyability. This game is no. This game is not fun. This game is boring. This game is long ball times. This game you're chopping wood. This game is hokey, not in a good way. No, this game enjoyability is a D. I don't want to own it, and when I did own it, it just sat there until I could sell it.
You know what?
Because it's just not fun.
I have met no one who dislikes this game, but
As much
meet,
as me.
I meet people who sell it and miss it.
I think
Sell it and
everybody's
miss
fooled when they like this game. I think for the most part, people buy it because they're like, it's Spider-Man, it's Steve Ritchie,
No.
it's Lyman Sheets. This is supposed to be good.
No.
It's just not.
It still shoots good. It's unique shots. It's
This
neat.
goes to show you that a sum of all parts doesn't always equal.
No, and
doesn't.
we have talked about that in our reviews a lot. That's why you
Mm-hmm.
can't always look at that final grade, because there's so much that makes up
Yeah.
something. Like there's certain things that ruin it, or it might not have the enjoyability. Enjoyability is the
Got a lot
number
of
one thing I
toys,
look at.
great art,
Yeah.
the theme's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just like watching paint dry playing this pen.
Yes.
No, guess what? There are no moments. We talk about Dwight Sullivan.
Oh, I think
He
so.
gets no love for the moments that he codes.
Oh, I agree with that.
Lyman is this god. There's no moments. What moment is in Spider-Man?
Like I said, okay.
Yes.
There's not a particular shot.
No. Why would that even be coded?
Well, I think that. Well, I don't know why. I have no idea on that. But I'll tell you the moment that makes up for it all.
Marco Specialties, same-day shipping, accessible website, exceptional customer service, and with over 50,000 different pinball parts in stock, Marco Specialties is a must for every pinball enthusiast and operator. Treat your pinball machine right by visiting marcospec.com now. Chrome it, brass it, black nickel it, candy chrome it, powder coat it. The possibilities are endless at pinballplating.com. Your pinball machine deserves the best. At Comet Pinball, you'll find the best variety of LED products with the best quality LEDs and most importantly, at the best price. Your collection is begging for an upgrade. Order yours now at cometpinball.com.
The Doc Ock shot is nice. But again, the thing that still gets me is the comboing to start those modes.
Okay.
It's
That's a Lyman thing.
because it knocks it out so quick. Yeah, but so what?
do
It's
you
still
like
good.
Do you like
It's still
hitting
enjoyable.
3 shots to get that mode going?
It's more than three. It's more than 3 shots.
I know, but
you're
I'm
hitting 4
saying
or 5.
like Lyman is.
Yes, I do. I like it. Like no, I do and I don't.
My
Because
discussion point is Lyman is known as the #1 coder, but he continues to do the same things to start modes that I think we hear a lot of feedback that people don't like. Like Metallica, why am I hitting the damn snake 40 times? And everything Lyman does, Batman, you gotta hit the Riddler 3 times.
yeah, but this I agree with that. But that's what I'm saying.
Spider-Man, you gotta hit Doc Ock 12 times.
But
Can we
that's
not
what I'm
start
saying.
a mode different?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. These do. You got to hit all the white shots. You got to hit almost every shot in the game.
The sub modes.
Yes, they hit every shot.
Okay.
No, they're modes. They're not necessarily sub.
How do you get
modes.
Venom mode going?
Shooting Venom 3 times.
How do you get the second Venom mode going?
But you said about
my point.
there's nothing that feels good in this game, and see, you're not even on the same track that
Nothing
you were on.
feels good.
The thing that feels good is shooting those combos to knock out being able to start a mode. Okay. That doesn't get old.
That's a cool feature.
It does. It just feels good hitting them back to back.
Look, I'm talking about just arguing about Lyman, him being the #1 coder. I don't think enough people bring up the fact that, okay, so he goes pretty intricate and complex, but there's some basic stuff that Lyman does that I just don't like. I don't like it.
Yeah, I can agree
Unfinished
with that.
code being a lot of it. But the second being the chopping wood. Nobody chops wood more than Lyman Sheets. There, I said it. People don't say that enough.
No, I mean I could
It's
agree
true.
with that. Like, 'cause
it's completely true. He didn't do that much in Batman, thank God. But I'm just worried the next thing he works on, he's going to revert back to a lot of Lyman stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I think other coders don't get enough praise.
Yeah, see,
on what they do.
but I like Dwight stuff a lot. Like, I like
I
Ghostbusters.
do, I love Dwight
People
stuff.
dog Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters is some of my
Side
favorite
note,
code.
Just played it at my parents' the other night. I really loved it again.
You know what? I thought
I had
about
a lot of fun shooting it.
You know, I had, like a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I played it and I was like, still am sick of this game. And then I played it again.
Weird.
Yeah,
so schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Like
I played it again. I was at a local bowling alley, and they traded out. They only got one pin there, and they got a bunch of other like the new crews, and they got all that shit. But they put a Ghostbusters in there, and it was a shit one. It was all half torn apart. But I loved it again. I figured out how I missed the modes. I missed the shots.
Once you get the shots down on that particular machine, you know where it falls and stuff, and it's more controllable.
Yeah.
The design.
Shooting those shots for the Ecto 1 is still some of my favorite in the back and forth and shooting that tight little.
So, I don't know. I'm not so hot on Lyman Sheets as a lot of people are. I mean, look, my favorite game that he's done is Walking Dead, and that's a masterpiece, and that beats most everything. So it's not like I don't like Lyman. I'm just saying I would like to see less choppy chop. That's all.
Yeah, I can get behind that a little.
Pros and cons of this game.
Cons, call outs.
Oh,
horrendously.
No moments. There are no moments in this game, and it's boring and it's long ball times. Those are my cons.
They're sort of cons. Price is decent. I think that's kind of a pro. I think you get a lot of game for the used market price.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a premium, so it's about $7,000, $72,000.
But I think on the used market, I think it's a very loaded game.
I want to see Stern do more vaults like this.
I do too.
They teased us. They came out with this, called it a vault, and then everything else following, it's like, no, those are just remakes. Those aren't vaults. Those aren't special in any way.
Because they should have never started. You could have still said it was a vault. Like Disney pulls something from the vault. It's just being remade.
Made a mistake there.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have done. They should have started.
They were like, these things will sell anyway.
Yeah. But I think like if you would have done something a little special with Star Trek, I think you'd have sold a few more Star Treks and different stuff. But this is the problem when you get into those newer Sterns. Listen, when you get into those newer Sterns, you have to be careful with vaults because then you start infringing into the LEs. You know, because like, what are you going to do on that Star Trek vault? You want to put laser cut armor on it too? Then you're sort of creeping in on those LEs. Not that I think Stern really gives two shits about the collector, but as a collector, and I had an LE, I really wouldn't want that. Yeah,
you wouldn't want the LCD integration in there and stuff like that, or the extended display of the dots.
Yeah, maybe take something like that. I do think something needs to be changed though, because I think it up their sales. Do something.
This last Star Trek thing was just It was a flub.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Did you know anybody that bought one of the remakes?
No.
Or the vaults?
No, not at all.
I think there was parts on the shelf, and they wanted to use
it out there. Yeah. I can see that.
Buy a Star Trek. That's my best advice for Spider-Man Vault or regular edition. Just buy a Star Trek. It's a better game. I would argue that code is not as good as this code. Believe it or not, this code's better.
I agree.
Than Star Trek.
I agree.
But shots are better. The moments are better.
Moments are a lot better. Yes, moments are a lot better on Star Trek than this. Agreed.
Kobayashi Maru. The three wizard modes that are stacked.
Yes.
So that would be my pros and cons. Cumulative scores. You end up all of those A's, and you still end up at the old Greg Bone B+ again. 3.53.
I like a lot of games.
Yeah.
I think it's very fair.
I can't believe my score ended up being a B-. It's the lowest of the low at B-, 2.87. Falls well below most of the pins that I have reviewed.
That's what he gets.
Just don't enjoy this game very much. Always have been like that for some reason. It's just never clicked, and I don't anticipate it clicking anytime soon. Yeah. So give us some feedback. What did you think about our review on Spider-Man Vault Edition as well as other reviews? What do you want us to review next? It's getting close to Christmas.
It is. Right around the corner.
Yeah. What are you going to do for Christmas? Anything special? Dress up as Santa?
Eat and drink.
Eggnog? Do you like eggnog?
Yeah, I do like eggnog. Chelsea makes some mad eggnog. Ugh. I like it. She's got a really good eggnog recipe. So
I'm not much of an eggnog.
I always look forward to that. You know, one last note on that, though, is like I've got a big enough collection now that if it wasn't for those call-outs, I would have kept that pin a lot longer. My collection's big enough that...
There's no need to keep Spider-Man. There's plenty out there for the price. It's a hell of a lot better.
I don't know. I like it.
Stern made a good product with it, though.
They did make a good product.
They made a really
solid
good
Sterns I've seen, honestly.
Yeah, it's just more of a preference thing. Yeah. Where do these people need to check us out on?
Facebook. Check us out on YouTube, obviously.
Yeah. If Twippy voting is open right now, I don't think it will be. But if it is...
It'd be close.
But it'd be close. Vote for us right now. Please. Please.
Your favorite duo.
Yeah, we want
the dynamic duo.
help us. Sound like a call out on. Sound like a
Oh,
call
no,
out.
that would be the dynamic duo.
dynamic duo.
Yay! Everybody,
We wanna-
let's sing Kumbaya and play our guitar around the campfire. I'm Spider-Man.
So
Hey,
you're saying
Green Goblin, come on
Spider-Man
in.
call outs or church camp. Is that what you're saying?
They're beyond church camp. They're
Oh my gosh.
they're like that.
Even church camp is a little tongue in cheek at times.
Yeah, that can be funny. This is just horrible. Like, you know,
All right, we're done. We're done. Twippies. Vote for us. We want to repeat on the Twippies for best pinball YouTube show. So definitely do
Yeah,
that.
and vote for this guy on This Week in Pinball
Oh,
podcast.
thank you.
This is a fantastic. I listen to 2 podcasts in the shower. That's one of them.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know you listened.
yeah, only in the shower. Well, actually, you know what? Like, I am, because
Keep going.
I'm just,
Go ahead.
I'm a beat up poor man, and
I don't know where this is
I'm-
going.
I have to do all of our housework.
Okay. You're kind of a stay-at-home dad a lot in the winter.
Yeah, I am, and yeah, I enjoy it. Actually, I like it a lot. But I put it on when I clean too, because your podcast is long. Sometimes the other person on this dude's long. So sometimes the shower just don't cut it. I get too
they're
backlogged in the shower.
Kind of long. Not
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah, but
That's
you know what?
1 hour, 1.5 hour mark.
I catch up more in the winter though, because I like a good long hot shower. So
I thought you were going to
catch up
say a
little
good
more.
long hot Zach.
No,
That's what most people like. Vote for me, Twippy podcast. We have our own podcast, right? We
pull this.
pull the audio from this.
and it becomes a podcast.
So if you're listening, thank you. Go to iTunes and go ahead and rank us on iTunes as well as Twit Podcast too.
Oh, reels.
Check out thisweekinpinball.com for all of the greatest news and thank him for the Twippies. Send us a donation. YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Buy a t-shirt. Go to Facebook for us. A little bit of everything, right, Greg?
Yep. Check me out randomly on Twitch. Check out old Chuck Wirt on
I
Twitch.
think next week we're going to do something special.
Yeah. Hope you guys had fun. And for those of you that made it out to old Cincinnati, hope you guys had fun out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now we're
Big
looking,
stuff's coming to TPF.
Yeah. Now we're looking forward to Louisville. Louisville's our next show.
I know, but TPF's big too.
Oh, Louisville, yeah, TPF is big, but I'm just saying
Louisville's our
upcoming
hometown
living.
show.
Yeah, Louisville's our hometown show. That's coming up. Fantastic show. And then we'll be TPF.
You know what's funny? These people don't know what the Twippies have in store for them this year. The show. They don't know any of the details.
No.
Ooh, God, I'm so excited about it.
I'm nervous.
See you later. See you next week.
Always nervous.
See ya. You stay nervous.
Always
Okay.
You hit it off with the bumper, now you're straight down the middle again. You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the outlet again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper, it was all in vain. Baby, 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 why you doing me wrong? Don't you remember the good days when we used to get along? We'd make those score reels spin all night, then we'd be singing our song. You said life was getting bland, so you brought 2 friends in. But I can hardly keep up, you guys are making my head spin. Now I've let you all drain and my dang old flippers went limp. I walked in late last night and my high school was gone. D-O-N. Tell me who the hell is gone.